Diversity and inclusion are more than just buzzwords, they are fundamental to a thriving society and workplace. Embracing differences in race, gender, background, abilities, and perspectives leads to a richer, more innovative, and compassionate world. When we foster an inclusive environment, we create spaces where people feel valued, heard, and empowered to contribute their best. This speech will explore the importance of diversity and inclusion, how they impact personal and professional growth, and practical ways to implement them in everyday life. Imagine walking into a room where everyone looks, thinks, and acts exactly like you. Initially, it might feel comfortable, but soon, the lack of variety would stifle creativity and limit progress. Diversity brings fresh ideas, unique perspectives, and different approaches to problem solving. It allows for growth because learning occurs when we encounter people with experiences different from our own. Inclusion, on the other hand, ensures that these diverse voices are not just present but are also respected and valued. It is one thing to invite someone to a table, but it is another to listen to them, consider their opinions, and make them feel like they belong. A truly inclusive environment is one where everyone feels safe expressing themselves without fear of discrimination or judgment. This applies to workplaces, schools, social groups, and even families. The key to achieving this is empathy, the ability to put oneself in another's shoes and understand their challenges. When people from different backgrounds come together with mutual respect, they create a culture of belonging, where each individual's strengths and talents are recognized and appreciated. One of the greatest benefits of diversity and inclusion is the impact on innovation. Studies have shown that diverse teams perform better because they bring varied viewpoints to the table. When different perspectives merge, solutions become more creative and effective. Businesses that prioritize diversity are often more adaptable and resilient, able to navigate changing markets and global challenges with agility. In contrast, organizations that resist diversity risk stagnation, unable to evolve with the times. However, embracing diversity is not just about statistics or hiring quotas, it is about fostering an environment where people of all backgrounds feel comfortable being themselves. True inclusion happens when every individual, regardless of race, gender, age, disability, or background, is given equal opportunities to succeed. It means ensuring that policies and practices are fair, that representation exists at all levels, and that biases, conscious or unconscious, are actively addressed. Unconscious bias is one of the biggest challenges to achieving true inclusivity. It refers to the stereotypes and assumptions we make about others without even realizing it. These biases are often shaped by cultural influences, upbringing, and personal experiences. The problem is that they can lead to discrimination, even when people have good intentions. Overcoming unconscious bias requires self-awareness and education. By taking the time to reflect on our own beliefs and attitudes, we can recognize and challenge biases, leading to more equitable treatment of others. Another essential aspect of inclusion is accessibility. True inclusivity ensures that people with disabilities have equal opportunities to participate in society. This means providing ramps for those who use wheelchairs, offering sign language interpretation for the hearing impaired, and designing digital content that is accessible to everyone. When we make efforts to accommodate different needs, we create a world where everyone has the chance to thrive. Language also plays a crucial role in fostering an inclusive environment. The words we choose can either build bridges or create barriers. Using inclusive language means being mindful of how we address and refer to others. Simple changes, such as using gender-neutral terms or avoiding stereotypes in conversation, can make a significant difference in how people feel valued and respected. Education is a powerful tool in promoting diversity and inclusion. When children are taught from a young age to embrace differences, they grow up with a mindset that values equality. Schools and universities play a critical role in shaping attitudes by incorporating diverse perspectives into their curriculums, celebrating different cultures, and encouraging open discussions about inclusivity. The more we expose ourselves to different cultures, histories, and experiences, the more we break down barriers of ignorance and prejudice. In professional settings, leaders have a responsibility to set the tone for inclusivity. Leadership is not just about making decisions, it is about creating an environment where everyone feels they belong. Inclusive leaders actively seek diverse perspectives, mentor individuals from underrepresented groups, and ensure that all voices are heard in decision-making processes. When employees feel valued and respected, they are more engaged, productive, and loyal to the organization. Social inclusion extends beyond the workplace and educational institutions. It affects communities, friendships, and even social media interactions. In today's digital world, where people from all over the globe are connected, it is easy to encounter different viewpoints. Instead of dismissing or attacking those who think differently, we should approach conversations with curiosity and openness. Respectful dialogue allows us to learn from one another and build a more understanding world. Despite the benefits of diversity and inclusion, challenges remain. Resistance to change, deep-seated prejudices, and systemic inequalities can make progress slow. However, change starts with individuals. Each of us has the power to create a more inclusive world through our actions, choices, and attitudes. It begins with small steps: listening more, challenging stereotypes, standing up against discrimination, and advocating for those who are marginalized. One of the most inspiring aspects of inclusion is the power of allyship. Being an ally means standing in solidarity with those who face discrimination or exclusion. It means using privilege to amplify voices that are often ignored. True allyship is not just about sympathy, it is about taking action, whether by speaking up when witnessing injustice, supporting diverse initiatives, or simply being willing to learn and grow. History has shown us that societies flourish when they embrace diversity. Civil rights movements, gender equality campaigns, and efforts for LGBTQ+ rights have paved the way for a more inclusive world. However, the journey is far from over. Each generation has a role to play in advancing equality and ensuring that the mistakes of the past are not repeated. On a personal level, embracing diversity can lead to profound personal growth. When we open ourselves up to different cultures, traditions, and viewpoints, we broaden our horizons. Traveling, reading diverse literature, attending cultural events, and forming friendships with people from different backgrounds enrich our lives and challenge our perspectives. One of the greatest barriers to inclusion is fear of the unknown, fear of differences, fear of losing one's own identity. But the truth is, embracing diversity does not mean losing one's identity, it means expanding it. When we interact with people who are different from us, we do not lose who we are. We simply add new dimensions to our understanding of the world. The road to a more inclusive world requires effort, but the rewards are immeasurable. A diverse and inclusive society is one where everyone has the opportunity to reach their full potential. It is a world where differences are celebrated, where kindness and respect are the norm, and where every person, regardless of their background, is given a fair chance to succeed. The challenge for each of us is to be intentional about inclusivity. It is not enough to passively accept diversity, we must actively create spaces that welcome it. We must challenge biases, speak out against injustice, and advocate for equality. Whether in the workplace, the classroom, our communities, or even within our families, we have the power to make a difference. Diversity and inclusion are not just moral obligations, they are essential for progress. When we embrace our differences and ensure that everyone feels valued, we create stronger communities, more innovative workplaces, and a better world for future generations. Let us strive to be the change makers who build bridges instead of walls, who listen instead of judge, and who celebrate diversity as a source of strength, not division. In the end, an inclusive world is not just a dream, it is a responsibility that each of us must uphold every single day.